Yeah, I made some interview questions. Well, I found some.
So this will be
Yeah.
titled? This will be titled Interviewing My Husband.
What is the biggest challenge we faced as a couple, and how did we overcome it?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Dicksons, episode 21. 22.
I think it's 22.
Yep, it is. Yep, it is 22. I'll let my wife.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Yep. I'll let my wife. I don't know what today's video is.
Yeah, I made some interview questions. Well, I found some.
So this will be
Yeah.
titled. This will be titled Interviewing My Husband. I'll probably think of some better title for it, but it'll be something like that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. She erased all of her questions.
I was just kidding.
Oh, no.
All right. I maybe should have put them in a cool order, but I didn't. How would your friends describe you, and how does that differ from who you are at home? Or your viewers or chat or whatever.
I'm pretty much the same. So there's not, even though I'm like, in my job, I'm entertaining. Not that I'm entertaining, but that is what I'm doing as an act. I'm entertaining. I'm pretty much the exact same, just a bit quieter.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to make sure you didn't just mess anything up, just in case.
Well, I felt like it was like super close to my mouth, and I didn't want it to catch my breathing.
But when you keep turning it like that, you're pulling the cord. So.
Oh, is it okay?
I don't know.
Testing.
Yeah. So I'm the exact same. I just talk a little bit less, but not out of obligation, but just obviously when I'm doing my job, I have to keep talking more. So, my friends would describe me as probably the exact same. I don't think there's a difference between me with my friends or me at home.
Mm-hmm. I think it meant like, how would they describe you? Like, how's your personality? Like, how's your character?
I don't know. Asking me to tell you what my friends feel about me. I don't know.
Okay. What's something our listeners might not know about you?
Oh boy. I'll just go with the podcast because honestly, like my regular viewers in the community, I talk about everything. I don't hide anything. Like we do ask me anything questions, and we do truth or drink questions, and they have yet to ask me a question that I'm unwilling to answer. And I talk about my feelings and every display of every emotion every day. Like we've talked about before, like, you know, when we found out our friend died, I was on stream. When we found out Apollo was dying, I was on stream. When Caroline was in the hospital, like I was like, I stream not every day, but I stream often. So they see me through all that. What the podcast listeners don't know about me. Mm-hmm. I am much, how do you describe this? I feel like actually most people wouldn't. I'm more, I am way more emotional than people think. I just have them in very good control.
They're locked down.
Yeah. Like when I love somebody or I fall in love or I like somebody, like it's quick. It's a lot of feelings. When I get frustrated, like, cause I'm like not good at something or something about work or trying to achieve something. And I don't, like, the frustration is a very big, so it's like, I feel like a lot of people are just like, yo, this guy just doesn't feel emotions. He's just sort of like a robot. I'm like, no, I just have him.
Even managed. I forget.
Yeah. What? That I have them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, you love me?
Mm-hmm. I just, my outward actions are not influenced whatsoever by the emotions I feel. But empathy wise and excitement wise for stuff with the kids and stuff like that, like I genuinely probably think I feel it more than most people. You just don't really see it because
You don't express it.
when I'm super excited, like I don't get an outward reflective voice. Like there's not like a higher pitch. Like there's nothing to insinuate that like, oh, I'm very excited, but like, yeah, I am. That's probably it.
Okay.
I just don't think most people would think that I even have feelings, just because if I feel anxious, you can't tell. If I feel frustrated, maybe you, but like most people can't really tell. I just get quiet. If I'm angry, same thing. Most people probably can't tell. I don't really get angry that often though.
Yeah. Should I keep this list of questions for you to like edit your things, or does it matter if I erase them as I go? Okay.
That's fine.
Good. What's a hill you'll die on no matter how unpopular it is?
There's so many. There's so many unpopular hills. I was thinking about one earlier. I wish I could remember exactly what it was.
Oh.
There's so many hills. There's so many to choose from. This is the worst. It's the worst when you have a lot of different options because I want to pick a good one. Probably. Like I don't want to just go with the generic like the grass isn't greener thing and all that stuff because we go over that so many times too. What is a hill I'll die on that's not very popular?
Do you want me to come back to that one?
Sure.
Okay. What do people misunderstand about you most?
It's kind of the same as the other one, isn't it?
Yeah. After I said it, it kind of sounds the same. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
One, I have to choose one.
Yeah. Like, what do you want to be most remembered for?
Making my family's life better. I don't really care about much else.
I feel like you're doing pretty good with that already. So.
What, being remembered for it?
Well, like just giving us a good life.
Yeah. I mean, I like to help other people too, but if it's only one thing, then it's just taking care of the family, making y'all's three life better.
Love it. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Probably Christmas.
Just like every Christmas in general, or a specific one?
I don't really know how to tell the difference in them. Just like when I was little, being excited for Christmas, and I like loved Christmas trees. So I would always sleep in the living room, like literally just like on the chair because I would just want to be near the tree.
I can still smell the garland. I don't know why that smell to me.
I don't even know what it smells like.
I don't know. I'm going to have you smell it one day. I like with the old books.
So we would go to sleep. Didn't believe in Santa since the like time I was 5, so I had nothing to do with Santa. We would go to sleep, me and my sister, and then we would wake up, and then my dad would come to my mom's house for our Christmas. So it would be the gifts Dad got us, and then the gifts Mom got us, and there was always like 500 presents. Like it literally covered the entire living room there. And we would open all those and we would hang out. And then we would go down to Dad's where all the aunts and uncles and grandma and everyone would come here. And that room out there would literally be filled. Everyone would bring everyone's gifts. So like every one of the aunts and uncles, then my dad and then grandma would all buy gifts for every individual cousin, nephew, grandchild, blah, blah, blah. So literally that entire room out there would just be filled with like, and all the aunts and uncles would exchange gifts. So there would literally be like, I would open like all the gifts at home, but then I would also come here and have 15 or 20 gifts from all the different aunts, and all the kids would have them. And then we would have dinner here, and then I would go back home and play with all the different either games or whatever I got or had.
It's hard to picture that many people and that much stuff in that room.
It would have been 8 of us kids, 8 or 9 of us kids, and then 18 aunts and uncles and dad, and then grandparents.
Oh my gosh.
So like 20 something people, and then also probably like over like 100 gifts out there. And then we would eat and then go back to, depending on like which house I was at, if it was on a weekend, go back to playing games, open boxes and boxes of those Pokemon cards, which I wish I never opened and just for some reason decided to save until I was this old and then retired. Those boxes, I'm like we talked about the other day, those box sets of original Pokemon cards, they cost like $50 to $100 back in the day. And I would get a few of them. They're maybe not 100. I don't think they'd get me $100 gift, but like maybe it was like a $50 box or something like that. Sell for like $200,000 to $500,000 right now of the original sets.
And what kid wouldn't have opened those?
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
It's so nuts.
But I probably got like 10 or 20 of those over like a 3-year period. So in that moment, I was opening like $5 million worth of cards.
Nuts.
Um,
If you had a time machine, you could just go back and not open those, and then we would be rich.
Yep. I mean, I'd probably still have opened them, but if I had a time machine, I'd still be rich anyway, because I could have just done a bunch of stuff. But invest into Bitcoin in like 10 years ago and put my entire life savings into Bitcoin like 10 years ago, and I would have like $1 billion right now.
What is a funny behind the scenes story from our relationship of our dating days? So like the beginning of our relationship, maybe.
I would always go to your house. We would always have parties in the shed because I had like a pool table and we wouldn't bother your parents and whatever. And then we would always have all the friends would always come over to. That's kind of how it always was. Or all the friends would always come over to our house for the whatever it was. That was back in the day where we were young and didn't have kids, and we could have a Halloween party and a New Year's party and a St. Patrick's Day party and somebody's birthday's party. Like we just had something like every 2 or 3 weeks where just everyone would come over. We were up until probably like 3 or 4 already drinking, and we were like, we're just gonna stay up because we wanted to go back here.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. And
you're good at thinking of these.
Huh?
You're good at thinking of these.
Yeah, we went to McDonald's on the way home.
It was like 7 a.m. I think.
Yeah, we waited because we wanted. Well, first of all, we waited until we hadn't been drinking for about 5 or 6 full hours. So that way I could drive. Because I'm not somebody who will ever even have like even if we like go out like to like dinner, like I'm like I'll have one drink. I'm not drinking any more than that if I'm driving. And we got McDonald's and we were like heading into where we live from where we were, not to dox us. And I look over and you're fully asleep, but like with one of the McDonald's hash browns in your mouth, but like mid bite, it's on your lips and you're just, and I'm like, did you just fall asleep eating a hash brown? And then you just woke up laughing. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
I was so
we just came back here to sleep. I don't know why, but we did.
is comfy, like having our own space upstairs,
True.
which is nice. It's so funny.
Yep.
I don't remember. I think that's the only time I've ever stayed up that late.
Yeah, it's always a bait. Like I did it a couple times in like college / in Florida, and maybe once or twice here, where it would be like I'd be doing something like the new Halo game would be out or something, and stay up to like 4 or 5 a.m. because I'm just enjoying my time with friends, and I got to work at like 8, and it's just like, what is even the point of sleeping for like 2 hours? I might as well just like stay up and then sleep when I get home or something. And every time it seems like a good idea until about 6 o'clock hits, and then I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I could never.
And then people go to work
Ever.
like after having not slept. No. I just was just like, well, I guess I'm calling in on Fort. Ooh, dying on a hill.
Oh yeah.
If your child needs to not be at school or needs to not have responsibilities for something, they shouldn't be made to. I think it brings me back to the whole homework thing. It brings me back to, I saw a TikTok earlier where a dad got the girl from school and she was just like not really feeling well. But he's like, you want to go to Starbucks or like you want to go to Target? And she was like, yeah. So like they just like took the rest of the day and just went and did stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of people in the comment section like, oh, way to teach her responsibility. Like she just wanted to come home and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, who cares? As long as you don't make it a consistent habit to where like just, oh, I don't want to be at school again, and they're just missing, 1 or 2 days a week, then obviously that's a concern. But just like, if you got like,
sometimes they get burnt out.
I don't care what it is. People call it mental health days. I don't really care for what you call it. You're going to spend your entire life working and going to school and all these other things. We were talking about this the other day. I was talking about how almost unimportant that I find the school system right now. And it's not because of the teachers. It's not anything like that. Like, it is still important to go to school. There, you do still learn life lessons. It's good for socialization. There's a lot of great things about school. But just like this idea that first of all, college degrees are becoming more and more obsolete, especially in a lot of fields because of AI, and a lot of things are changing faster than they ever have. So it's like when we were growing up still, even like in the 90s world,
the 1900s.
Yeah. There was still this expectation of you go to school, you get good grades. Good grades mean you get into a good school. Good school means you get a good degree. Good degree means you get a good job, and that's what you're supposed to do. You get a good job, then you're able to afford things.
Yeah.
That's not really the case anymore.
Yeah.
The degree doesn't always translate to a good job, and the good job isn't sometimes even enough to pay for things nowadays. And there's a lot of different things. You could go into a trade school with there's like so many different things you could do that is actually more meaningful to income nowadays, especially with the way things are, that like, so this is a hill to die on. This is an unpopular hill to die on. I don't think school in that like American dream process is worth investing in anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll be honest with you. If somebody asked us the other day, if Liam and Caroline get like C's, but are good kids and making good choices, and they're like doing sports and they have friends and they're happy, I don't care. Yeah. I honestly, I don't. I can't care.
Imagine like punishing or making your kid feel bad for a bad grade.
I genuinely couldn't care less. Mm-hmm. I want them to do good in school. I want them to try. Like, I want them to do good at anything they do. Like, I want to influence them to like, if this is something you're doing, like you should try to do well at it because it's just a good process. But like, if they're getting C's and it's just like, they're just good kids and they're like doing things well and they care about others and they're doing sports and they're enjoying their lives, I don't care if they come home with C's. I don't. Yeah. Because like the current school system of memorizing something for a 3-month period so that way you can write those answers in a Scantron and blah blah blah, and with how AI is nowadays, like memorization skills are really not what's going to define your success later in life. Like how often you can look stuff up, how often, like even right now, like you don't need to know how to do that stuff anymore because you have something that can do it for you.
Yeah. And everything is just right automated, at your fingertips.
Yes. I don't need to remember, like when you go to the doctor, they just print out WebMD and send you on your way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying doctors are important. I'm just giving you an example of like, you can look up and get any information you want. Like, you don't need to memorize it. And that's what our school system still is. It's teaching you standardized testing and memorization skills. So that way you can, you don't need to memorize
It already
everything.
starts next year for Liam.
It's, I don't know. I want to influence them to do well, but I don't care if they come home with 80s, 75s.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't think it's going to have any impact on their success. I would rather have them be happy. If they happen to like miss a day of school, like in that one example, and she was just like, oh, wasn't really feeling that well. It's like, you don't have to only come home because you have a fever. If you're just like, I'm just not feeling good today and it's not a consistent habit, cool. We can still go have fun today, whatever. I don't know. I don't think, I think this current school system, this school trend is going to change drastically, or it has to change drastically, because
There's so
we
many
force the
people
kids to
starting
wake up
homeschool.
at 7 a.m., force them to go to sleep. Well, the sleep thing is a little different, but we force them to wake up like way too early to ship them and rush them off in the morning. Like I said, like they don't even get time to really take the time to like eat and get situated and ready for their day. They're just shipped off. They sit basically in a chair for 8 hours memorizing different things. And again, this isn't about the teachers. There's a lot of great teachers, but it's just like they don't get time to do anything in the morning. They're just rushed out the door. They barely get to eat. They're rushed there, and then they're rushed to like a lunch period. Then they're rushed into all these memorization skills, rushed home, and then they're also given like a couple hours of homework. For what? I had somebody argue with me on it was TikTok, Instagram, somewhere. They were arguing with me about how like, no, when we were talking about the homework thing that one time, like, no, it is important to, blah, blah, blah. And like, it does help them learn and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure. Yeah, it does help some, but like they're already at school for like 7-8 hours a day, 2 or 3 hours of homework. It's genuinely, it's ridiculous. Like it's like one of the main reasons that like I've even considered homeschooling, because they wouldn't have to wake up at 7. They could wake up at 9. You could get most of the stuff done that you need to get done for them in about 4 hours. They wouldn't have to bring stuff home on top of that. They'd get more time to learn life skills and how the world actually works. It's just the issue is like removing the socialization, and the aspect of the good things that come with school is also missed there.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like the current schooling system, and I don't care if they're not successful at it. And if they aren't successful at it, I would bet our entire existence and life savings and anything else that they would still be able to earn the same amount by moving into a correct field. Like, I'll give you an example. What were we talking about the other day? I was like, if from the age of 14 to 18, Liam just focused on certain things that are developing in AI and how to use it and blah, 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 or anything like that, and just learn how money works and make sure that you're smart with your money, I guarantee you his financial life, and Caroline, would be equally the same than if they just were getting straight A's in school and went to a good college.
Yeah,
Unless they're going for like a specified field. If they were going for like dentistry or pharmacy or doctor or criminal justice, like there are certain degrees that you obviously are going to need if you move into that field. But overall, I don't think grades really affect that, and I don't think they ever will. I just don't think, with the way AI is moving into play, that's going to take away, like, why do you need to memorize things if you have something with you at all times that is like, this is an extension, your phone is an extension of yourself. It is always with you. By proxy, that means you always have information to those questions you would ever need memorized in the first place. So why does it matter? It's never going to matter. Teachers are already having a hard time finding a way to like properly test and grade things because people have AI that answers stuff for them. So they can't properly find out if you've memorized it. Yeah. So it's just like, it's a runaround of like, okay, did they use AI to write this essay? And then they have to use AI to tell them whether AI did it or not. It's like, do you guys not see that this is not what we need anymore? Yeah. It's a new, like, we need to be teaching kids a lot different things than what we're teaching them in school.
Yeah. Like when Liam brings home a report card, it's like I glance over quickly of like the scores or whatever, but I want to see the back. I want to see the comments. I want to see if he's respectful or not, because there's a few sections of that.
I like to see if he's improved from the previous time. Like, you doing better? Cool. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't care really how he's doing compared to other kids. I don't care. Like, I don't care, like, based on what they expect the standard to be. I don't care about that. Is he doing better than he was doing last time? Yeah. Right? Is he like able to read and do the stuff? Okay. And like, Is he nice to other kids? Are kids nice to him? Is he nice to the teachers? Does he listen? Like, these are the things I care about more than, like, if he had all just super outstanding scores on everything, but he was kind of an asshole to some kids, or he was being mean to a girl or anything like that, I would be far more disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
I would feel like much more. So if he had all outstandings on his report card, but he was a dick, I would feel like we failed. Yeah. If he had all just like completely average, he's great, he's loved, he helps people, he stuck up for blah blah blah, I would be 100 times more satisfied with our raising of either child if they were just a good person and were doing okay in school than if they were doing great in school but they were a shitty person. I don't put any stock in it. Not none. I do want them to do well at anything they do, but like I'm way more invested in their ability to work with other people and coexist in the same place without being assholes. So like some other kids are in second grade. Like honestly, whoever's dad has a kid who's like bullying kids or something like that, like what are you doing? Yeah. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my friend. I don't care. Like nobody's told you. You've done nothing about it. Like what's going on? Like, these are the questions I want to ask. Yeah. I would ask. Somebody tell me who's the kid that's bullying him. I will call the dad. Like, what are you doing?
I want to know.
If, like, we've talked about this before, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. If I heard Liam or Caroline were bullying kids at all, don't care what grade, the punishment, like, I would, like, not let, like, they would then have to be, like, that person's like, I better never hear that person's ever bullied by anybody. You better literally be, like, their best friend now. Like, even if there's a perception that somebody else is bullying them, you better make sure that doesn't happen. You are now that person's advocate. You are now that person's anti-bully. I don't care what you'd want to call it. Like, literally, if it was like high school and Caroline was like making fun of somebody on social media or like anything, right? I would be like, I'm just pulling you out of school. You're homeschooled the rest, like junior and senior year now, and you don't get to walk and you don't get to go to the prom and nothing. You don't get to do any of that now.
Because it's gonna last their entire life. They're gonna remember being bullied literally
I would
forever.
rather have my daughter remember not being able to go to her things than have something happen to a kid that my daughter caused or my son caused.
Yep.
And I truly believe it would only take one conversation like that. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, you will not, if you think I'm kidding, if I, like, that's why, like, it would be like something you'd want to get ahead of. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm going to check in with the parents. I want to hear if that kid's bullied ever again. And if they are, I want to hear that, like, Caroline stepped up and tried to help. That's it.
And if I see her doing that already.
Yes. And if I don't hear that, then I'm still pulling you out. Like, I literally better hear from that person, like, yo, this person, yeah, we heard your daughter advocated for ours during this situation. Great.
She'd be like, that's not very nice. Be nice to our friends.
No, she's very sweet right now, yeah. But you never know.
Yeah.
But all those hot takes.
Yep. Let's see.
That's the last piece of the hot take. If your child is a bully as a parent, it's your fault.
Yeah.
If something
100%.
happens to a kid because your kid bullies somebody, it's your fault. And you should be part of the process that receives accountability for whatever happened. The parents, I mean.
What is the biggest challenge we faced as a couple, and how did we overcome it?
Might have been overnights. Or your it would be overnights, but it would be because overnights kind of like brought to light like the big, not insecurities. I don't think it was like fully insecurity, but I guess maybe. You just have always, like we've talked about it like since episode 1, you've always thought that I am going to leave you always. For any reason, any reason, not like another girl, not like just like you've just always thought that like he's going to leave me, or he's going to get bored of me, or he's just doesn't like me, or he's going to find someone else, or like just anything. Um, and that's kind of pretty much been the main issues we ever had in years like 1 through. We also talked about this on like the stages of the relationship thing.
Yeah.
Hitting points where it's like I don't feel like I can convince you anymore, and I'm like done trying to convince you that like you're the one I chose.
Mm-hmm.
But when somebody's just like, nope, it's just like at some point it's just like, oh, okay, I don't. That was pretty much like our impasse. Like anytime we ever came into like we need to get past this hurdle, it was pretty much always that. It was pretty much just always, I just really don't think like you do love me / like me or like will stay with me. And I was like,
And I need a lot of reassurance.
mm-hmm.
And like you've said, you're not good at that and you don't show emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's too much for my little brain to.
Yeah. So like for you, you're like, I'm not seeing it. And I'm like, but I'm saying it. Like, and I don't lie. And like, if I didn't feel this way, I would tell you. You're like, right. But I still don't feel it. And I'm like, right. But like the more you tell me to show you it so you do feel it, it feels like it's like forced and less organic. So
Mm-hmm.
like me being like, yeah, I do love you. I would never leave you for anybody. I would like, I genuinely have never thought about leaving you outside of these moments, right? Where we hit these hurdles where it's like, I don't feel like I can convince you. And you're like, I don't feel like you can show me. And I'm like, I can, but when you ask, it feels weird. It's kind of like when you want to appreciate somebody for something, and then they're like, "You could say thank you." It's like, well, yeah, I could, but like now that you've asked me to, it feels
weird.
It feels like forced or like the fact that you've now asked for a thank you, just kind of the same way, like from my standpoint, where it's like since you've like asked for me to show I love you, I'm like, well, I feel like I am, and you're like, well, I don't feel it, and I'm like, well, this is how I do it. So that was pretty much like our always like our hurdles. It was pretty much always the same thing. It was pretty much always this exact same conversation. And again, though, it never lasted more than a single night where it was just like, we really need to get past this hurdle. And then we would, but then it would just kind of circle back again at some point, like a year later, and then same process. And I don't think anything changed.
Other than like being around each other more.
Yeah, that helps. That's what, like, being around each other less obviously did exacerbate the issue where it's like, if you don't feel like I do, or if you don't feel like I do love you / I am going to leave you, and then I'm not there to be like, no. Like, and obviously like a lot of these conversations happen through text because we're not around each other. So if I'm already unemotional in the first place, and then you add like text messages instead of listening to me.
Yeah. Recipe for disaster.
So either way, it still never led to like, there's never, like in 16 years now, there's never been a 24-hour period even where it's like, okay, I guess we're broken up. Literally never.
Mm-hmm.
There's been clear like, so we're going to be done. And then like I don't know, from either of us for like a night maybe. And then the next day it's like, no, of course not.
Yeah.
Even like our worst ones, like one full night, maybe. And then even then it wasn't even like, maybe one of us should go stay somewhere else. And then even then it was like, no, we're coming home. And then by the time we were even home, it was fixed. So, but, I feel like that's a main issue a lot of people feel, where it's just like, you get so invested and you're like, this is it. But like, what if they leave?
Mm-hmm.
But then, like I said, anxiety is kind of always just you guys never really see me anxious outside of like health stuff. Cause, that's pretty much the ultimate anxiety is, you know, something happening that you can't control that affects your ability to live. But it's just like, anxiety is just like worrying about solutions for problems that will never happen. It's like any of the conversations I've had with you or stuff throughout the past, it's just like, you know, how many times have you been worried about insert anything and then actually had it happen? You've been right sometimes, right? With like, oh, maybe this situation with a friend or a coworker or something like that, like, isn't going to really be healthy. And it's like, sure, it'll be fine. And then it ended up like not being fine. Like, yeah, it does happen sometimes. But like, if you were to ultimately think like, how many times have you been right about like the stuff like you were worried about? It's like, probably never. Like, what if this person's mad about this? No. What if my husband or boyfriend or fiance like doesn't love me or leaves me for somebody else? It's like, nope. So it's just like, that's kind of like the process. Like, so when we talked about earlier, when it was like, you know, what people don't know about me, like, I still feel those things. I still feel jealousy, anxiety, whatever. I just have that dialogue in my head. So whenever you're like, what do you think about? Like, literally just like talking to myself in my head. Just like, oh, I'm kind of worried about this. And then I'll just go, like, even if you brought up like the health stuff, it's like, got this stupid twitch in this eye right now for the past like 6 weeks. And then I got a twitch up here that's happening too. It's like, oh, that could be bad. And I'm just like, I mean, you've thought plenty of things were going to be bad and ended up being fine. So it'll more than likely probably be fine. Then the back stuff, it's like, oh, what if that's bad? And it's like, probably not. And then colonoscopy and endoscopy, it's like, what if that was bad? It's like, probably not. And then, you know, I just allow, you know, statistics to make me feel better. It's like, of all the stuff I ever worry about, I just have that thing in my head. I'm just like, yeah, but like the odds are it's probably going to be fine. And I'm like, yeah, probably. So then I'll be like, so what is the point of ruining your mood today worrying about it? And I'll go, okay. And then I just get over it. So like the conversations we have that make you feel better after, it's kind of just like that dialogue happens in my head in like a 15-second span. And I just go, okay.
Good. What is the biggest lesson you learned about yourself in your 20s?
It's nothing really about achieving things. I've kind of always known the process for achieving things. I don't know why, like ever since I was a kid or whatever. Probably something from parents or probably something I learned obviously growing up. No matter what I did, it was skateboarding, I got very good at snowboarding. I like within a weekend got like professional lessons from people at Whiteface Mountain because my mom was dating this guy named Pat, who's the mayor of a town near us, and he was also a ski instructor, so he just had connections and just got us like lessons. So I just randomly throughout my life, I just learned how to get better at stuff. It's probably from my dad, I would assume, since he coached all of our stuff. So it was like if I was playing baseball, I was getting good at baseball. If I was playing basketball, like I was going to camps and getting good at basketball. If I wanted to do football, I was getting good at football. Like we would just work on it. And then I just kind of like the conversation I had with Liam. He was getting mad that they were doing the drills in basketball and then like kids were running faster than him. So he's like, so I lose. I'm like, well, it's not a race right now. And he's like, I still want to win. I'm like, that's fine. So run faster. He's like, well, how? And I was like, that's a good question. You just learn the proper way to run. Look at the kids who are running faster, like the way they're moving their arms, the way they're pumping their legs, and then you just run. Like more. Like you just run more. Yeah. Like if you run from here to there and you race me a bunch of times, you'll keep getting faster. Or same thing with basketball. You missed like every shot your first practice, like every single one. And then all of a sudden, like after the first day, you made like 3 in a row. Then the next day you made like 9 in a row or something like that. So like you just keep doing it, you get better. That's pretty much all it is. The same way we talk about like streaming, or when I had that one long rant about nothing I do is talent. It's not talent. Talent doesn't really exist. In most situations, talent does exist as a thing, but like overall, like the thing that you perceive from talent from people is usually just hard work and amount of hours invested. Like right now, there are so many people in the world, so many that are better than you at guitar. Mm-hmm. If you put 1,000 hours into it this year, do you not think you would be significantly better than almost everybody in the world?
Oh, yeah. I wish I had lots of hours to put into it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's all it is. Anything you want to get better at, you put in like 1,000 hours. Find something that makes money. Put 1,000 hours into it this year. Start doing it. So it's just like, what was the question?
Yeah.
Learned about myself.
Yeah, in your 20s. Biggest lesson you learned about yourself.
was probably when Liam was born, and it was probably that. God, like I didn't go to the doctor or anything for like maybe like 15 years. Probably from like 14 to like maybe like 28 or 29. I just didn't go to the doctors ever. Literally just never needed to.
Yeah.
So it was probably a mortality type, mixed with like the health issues and the Lyme disease and having a kid, and the restructure of the job was kind of just like, not everything lasts forever. And even if you want it to, like this job that gives me money could go away at any moment. Like my health could go away at any moment. We dealt with miscarriages, like children could go away any moment. So all of a sudden it's like my health, I could go away any moment. So you could. So it's just like, it was probably just a quick realization of enjoying the present and not really worrying about stuff that's happened in the past, like, which I never really did anyway. I was always pretty good at it, but it was a significant reminder that, like, well, God, so it's probably all things. The amount of people we've lost, like 3 or 4 childhood friends, all of my childhood dogs, my dad, everybody, my health, then having kids, then having miscarriages, and then you've had slight health, I wouldn't really say scares, but just like stuff to get looked at that we've had to at least contemplate, like that's weird, not good. But then mine. So it was probably just recognizing that if you have days that, like even like today, not a great day, a busy day, still kind of in pain in my back, still having a random amount of health issues, still a lot of work preparing for like this big event this year, still trying to catch up on bills and all this different stuff with the world stuff going on. A lot of unfortunate stuff happening in the world. It's kind of still just like, make sure you find stuff to be thankful for and think about that instead of everything that could just be gone tomorrow, because it can. And for a lot of people, it is happening right now. Everywhere in the world right now. Everywhere. Somebody is losing somebody or losing their job to layoffs. A lot of layoffs right now in the world. People are losing kids right now. People are losing their spouse right now. People are losing their lives in certain parts of the world right now. So it's not a reminder to like not be upset about the things you have going on in your life, but it's a reminder that like you should start focusing on the things that you're thankful for today, not, the stupid little weird argument you had with a stranger or your parents or a friend. Like it is like at the end of the day, does what you're worried about really, really matter? And then you're just like, no, it doesn't. There's no point in wasting energy on it. Just like a recent situation with like a friend I once had. It's just like, I don't have time to care about this weird interaction. You go on your way, I'll go on my way. It's all good. There's so many more important things happening in the world and in life and everything to spend time being upset. So I'm good.
I downloaded this. I've only used it one day. I should use it more. It's like called Gratitude Plus or something, and you're supposed to just jot down 3 things that you're thankful for that day. And it'll make you like more positive and stuff. I keep forgetting to do it though. But I downloaded it.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm so tired today. It's a long day.
Yep.
If we had a completely free, unstructured weekend with no responsibilities, what would we do?
Probably go do something fun. Like
no kids, no nothing.
No kids.
Yeah, completely free, unstructured weekend.
I don't know if I would want the kids. I would want the kids with us.
Wow, am I not fun enough?
I mean, I'm just trying to think about like the thing, like what, like just me and like, I feel like most people are like, oh, just me and you just go relax on a beach. I want to play with the kids.
I want to go to the beach.
Yeah, I will always choose the kids being with us than us being alone. I will always do it. I have limited years with the kids. I do not have limited years with you. I've already had 12 or 13 years with you before they even existed, and I'm going to have however many with you after. I only have like,
Yeah, especially while
12,
they're
13
little.
years with them before they kind of just start being on their own and not wanting to be around us as much and blah, blah, blah. And then once they're after 18, it drops from seeing them every day to once every couple months and then maybe once every year. So like, yeah, no, I'm always choosing that the kids be with us.
Well, when you put it like that.
This is how my brain works. I'm just thinking like,
So what would we do? Like, where are we going?
I don't know, a museum or event or hike. I don't know, something.
I want to go to the beach too.
I hate the beach.
Caroline keeps talking about the beach.
I hate it. The beach, that's another hot take. Beach is overrated. It's just sandy and hot, and the water is rarely good. Like, you could bring me to like a hotel pool and I'm chilling.
Yeah. What is a relationship rule we swear by to keep our marriage strong? And I guess this next one could tie in. What is something that you think we are exceptionally good at as a team?
We have a lot of rules. I'm always trying to think of one that like maybe we haven't mentioned, but we talk about a lot of relationship stuff.
Yeah.
We're never doing something that's not in the best interest of the other, even if there's an argument. Like, we're never doing something that will intentionally, like, we'll say things that like maybe a comment here and there that's like, okay, that was just said stupidly to escalate. Not often, but like the overall goal of any conversation or anything we do is always in the best interest of the other person. Even if it's at the detriment of ourself. So it's like, if I bring on more stress to do X, Y, and Z, so that way, the bathroom you're complaining about can get paid for and taken care of for $16,000, and try and figure out how to do that while also doing this and get a little bit of extra work done and take on a few extra sponsors and do a few extra things to help that. Or if you're like, oh, I need help around the house, and I'm like, yeah, just let me know what you need, and then you just like end up doing it anyway, and then I'm like, oh, she just did it, so I'll just try and help with this, I guess. Or other things. Or it's just like, I'm like, you don't have to do, like, sometimes we get in fights because you want to make sure I'm not inconvenienced by anything in life, and I'm just like, what? You're just like, oh, I just don't want you to be mad or annoyed, and I'm like, I wouldn't have been mad or annoyed by that. That's fine if that happens. That's okay. So it's just like,
it's the people pleaser in me, I guess.
We both are, technically. Maybe that's something some people would know about me. If you're not happy, I'm not going to be happy. So like, my mood won't change. Yeah, well,
I feel like it's the same though.
What?
If you're not happy, I'm not going to be happy.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, what are we exceptionally good at? It's pleasing each other. Not in a rated R way, but still true. But like, I'm not going to be happy if you're not happy. I'm not going to be satisfied if you're not satisfied. If we go and do something, and even if your mood is just down, I'm like, what's going on? Like, what, like, why are the vibes weird? And then once we talk about it, you're fine / we're fine. So I guess like, what's one rule? I guess it's just, if the other person isn't good, then nothing's good. So we just figure it out. If you're not content with any part of our life, then I'm not happy until it's fixed. If you're not content with the day, I'm not having a good day. If you're not content with, and I feel like most people are like, well, duh, if my wife is upset, then I'm not going to be having a good day. It's not like about that. It's like, even if we're having a good day, but I can tell you're stressed about something, I'm not going to be enjoying the day anymore. So
you don't enjoy any day? Because I feel like I'm always stressed.
Not really. There's a difference between you're like normal stress of like, I don't want to do this stress, and like it's actually affecting my mood stress. So it's different.
Fair enough. This is the last one. What is the most important value or lesson you want to pass on to our children?
Say it again, because the thing froze.
Shit. Just deleted it. What is the most important lesson or something that you want to pass on to our children?
Probably that being a probably being a good person is all they will ever need to do for me to be proud of them. That's it. I will still want success for them. I still want them to get older, have a successful relationship, like a relationship like ours. I would want them to want a relationship like ours, just like a long-term thing, kids, content life. But like, I will want a lot of things for them, but I will be proud of them if they're just good people. I don't, like, it goes back to this, I don't care, like, oh, I don't really want to go to college. Okay, what do you want? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And how can you use what you want to do to live a comfortable, happy life in whatever culture we live in 20 years, and help them get there. But like, I don't care.
Yeah.
If they're like, I don't want to go to college, or I want to go to college for 7 years and do this. There'll obviously be like conversations around like, right, you're going to spend that much money to do this, and you'll try to find a job that can make up for that, and you'll have to understand how much debt you're taking. Like, there will be conversations like that, sure, where it's like you need the knowledge and information to make sure you're making a correct decision. But in terms of like being proud of them, it's just like, if you're just a good person, that's all I really care about. You don't need to go be a doctor or a lawyer, or actor or a singer. I really don't care. I'll still help them achieve those dreams, whatever they are. And I can almost guarantee you, if they, which I think I'll be able to, allow me to, I can make sure they're successful in whatever they choose to do. If one of them wants to be a singer, I assure you, I can figure out the logistics of doing that in a safe way or whatever. But in terms of what I want them to understand or whatever, or what lesson, is just like, if you want to make your parents proud, it's just being a good person.
There will be people in your chat and stream say that they're nervous or really, really afraid to like either come out to their parents or tell their parents this or that. And I was just thinking, it would break my heart if the kids were afraid to tell us something, or if they thought that we would think differently of them. Like, I don't want to be the parent where it's like, oh, mom's going to be mad, can't tell her this, or I can't ask for help with this because they're going to be mad. It's like, what do? I have to tell mom or dad, you know?
The stigma around conversations you're not supposed to have with your parents, or even your opposite parent, meaning like, if Caroline needs to talk to me about any of her feminine anything, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
She needs to show me something, not a problem. I understand, like, there's like the stigma around like sharing very personal things like with your parent, and then especially from like maybe a boy not sharing it with you, or maybe Caroline not sharing it with me. But like, I don't think that's how it will be with us, or I won't intend it to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Liam can only go to you talking about boy stuff. It'll be like they can talk to us about it. And of course, like, if one of them like feels more comfortable, it's fine. But like in terms of like being comfortable, our goal is that they can talk to both of us, because obviously there's never going to be something that might be a weird conversation to have with the kids at some point. Like, I'm not like, please don't ever expect me to not tell you about this, because that's not what we do.
No.
And everything is always a conversation. So like even this conversation you're having with me, I will have to have a conversation, unless it's something to where like I'm having an issue with mom or something, and like I need to go know how to go about it. So like I don't want you to go handle the conversation for me. I want to do it. So like don't tell her. That might be a little different, because I'm respecting. It's like, okay, well, like I need you to like let me know when you're going to have this, because this isn't something I would intend to keep from her, because we don't keep things from each other.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think we will. I would consider it a failure on us if either of our kids felt uncomfortable telling either of us anything.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's going to be points, you know, when they're teenagers that it's going to be much more personal conversations they need to have, and I will consider it a failure of either or both of us if they don't feel comfortable telling either or both of us.
I know.
So
be awful.
I don't think that'll happen.
I hope not.
I don't think it will. It just comes with trust and
how you make them feel.
Yeah, it'll be tough, because like I've heard some stuff before too, where like, you know, they won't tell them because they just don't want to disappoint the parent. Like they're just like, my dad will be so disappointed of like this mistake I made, and I just really don't want to disappoint him or something like that. And it's like, you still gotta tell me.
No, yeah.
You still gotta tell me. But we just read like a TikTok thing the other day that was just like, I found out my daughter was cheating on her husband who was deployed or something like that, and I told her like she needs to tell him, and then she, and or at least stop seeing the person until she has a conversation with her fiance or whatever he was, like traveling or deployed.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. That'd be major disappointment.
Yep.
Major. I can't even imagine if Liam or Caroline were dating somebody and they're in like the military and they were deployed and they were actively cheating. Like I will tell him. I will. Like you cannot expect me to lie to this, you know, boy or girl, whatever. Like you can't.
It's so sad.
That'd be an awkward conversation.
Yep.
Because it's like, that's my daughter. So it's like, but it doesn't change the principle of what you're doing to somebody else. And I can't sit by and allow you to do it to somebody else. And I also have to trust, like, I don't know. That'd be tough.
I just hope we never have to be there.
No, what do you mean? I hope we're there.
No, like, I hope that situation doesn't arise.
No, I will have this conversation so many times with them about cheating, about any of that.
Yep.
Doesn't mean they will listen, but the whole point will be, we're not telling them they're not allowed to do it. We're influencing them to
want to make good decisions.
Yeah, that's why I said it'll all just circle back to the same thing. Like, I just want them to be good people. Cheating on your spouse doesn't make you a good person.
No.
So if they're just a good person, that's it. That's all I want.
Same.
You know, don't get into some dumb shit that'll ruin your life. What am I gonna do if they date somebody who gets them into things that can ruin their life? Then it's gonna be a problem.
And drugs. It's scary now.
That's what I'm saying. It's like more overdoses like last year than like the previous X amount of years combined. Like 200-something thousand people in the U.S. died. Fentanyl overdoses and shit. Like,
it's insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe by the time they're older, that'll all be gone.
I hope so.
That's a joke. It won't be. It'll never go away.
That'd be nice, though. That was it.
A lot of... You think parenting's hard now.
I know.
When they're just kids and innocent and just kind of annoying. Scream a lot. We're going to have to worry about a whole bunch of other stuff.
I know.
Who are they friends with? Who are they dating? Who are they around? Do those kids do drugs? What kind of drugs? Where are they getting them from?
Mm-hmm. This is all raise good humans.
Yeah. Yeah, other parents.
Don't make it
Do
harder
this,
for us.
have the same goals. If your kid's a bully, do something about it. If your kid's getting into drugs, find out who's giving it to him and tell me. I'm just kidding. Parents can only control so much. Like I said, you can't helicopter parent your kids. You can just hope that they respect you enough to listen to your influence, and to where it's not like a you can't do this. It's a I promise you, you should not want to do this for these reasons. So that's the goal.
Yep.
Create enough influence and respect to when you have these conversations. It's not a I'm saying you're not allowed to do this. It's I'm telling you you should not want to do it for these reasons, and you should trust that by the information I'm giving you, you should make the decision to not want to do it.
That's the goal.
Yep. But
Time for bed.
time for bed. This is episode
So
22. We're 4 episodes away from halfway done through the year. I'm a few days away from the subathon. We're recording like 4 episodes this week. I have to edit all these episodes, get them up and ready, then get right into the subathon. It's going to be a busy week.
Mm-hmm.
The boys' finale is out. I'm trying not to be spoiled. I don't even know when we're going to be able to watch it. We're 2 episodes behind. So, like, the show has ended.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure I've already gotten spoiled a few things,
Oh, no.
but I don't know when we can watch it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Follow the Instagram and the TikTok and the Facebook and wherever else we're posting. We'll see where we're at by the end of the year. The podcast is doing okay, having some good popular clips. Other than that, like some of the long form, I actually think last episode was only at like 15 views from last week. Ooh, tough one.
Jeez.
But the one from the week before was at like 100, so I don't know. This was the 1,500 sub goal from September from last year, so I mean it. We're still doing all 52 episodes this year, so we will see you guys next week. I'm probably still in the middle of my subathon, I imagine.
Yeah.
So stop by twitch.tv/Chris T. Dickson right now. You can come chat with me about the episode, or you can come in and be like, hey, no, kids should go to school for 100 hours. You're dumb. You come say whatever. People do it every day. We'll see you guys next video every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Goodbye.